out this stadium quickly. And this is the kind of game college football fans love, because they don't have to wait for the weekend for this Conference USA showdown. As we'll see, the winners of 6 straight, the Missouri State Bears, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Liberty Flames. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Bears will kick it away to start. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Leaves it with the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to throw. It's Vasco. Pulls it in. It's Person. Still on his feet at the 45. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Person. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They're going back to the ground. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Caught near the sticks. It's Dickens. Breaks into the open. The tackle is made, but he's got it. First and goal from the 6.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field.
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Flames.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game. So how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Give on the option. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
And the Bears getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so...
Turning it on! And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Ball was loose. Offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to them. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out. You recover it. A forced turnover.
The Bears are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The play action fake. Fires into the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
I love on defenses that make big plays, that understand what they're trying to get from the offense, understand how to attack it, jump some of these routes, make these interceptions, and then not only that, when you get the football, try to do something with it. Don't slide down. Don't take a knee. Try to bring that thing back to the house. You set your offense up for great field position.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Scanning the field, it's Vasco. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Motion from the wide receiver. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. The Flames moving quickly to the line. They want to run this quarterback. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Liberty!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Snags it quickly on the left. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. Hits the crease. He's at the 30. The 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Bears!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, the inside give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short gain.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Vasco. Got it in the middle, it's Copeland. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. And the Flames looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it, 1st down and more. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Flames in the hurry-up.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
second down. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Randolph. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Flames are flying down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And after that long completion for their first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo.
Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Flames come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. It's complete. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. The old saying is, you'll never go broke taking a profit. No matter how small, just keep building up the bank account.
Yep, and when the defense wants to drop back and not give up those big plays, a lot of times they're going to force you to be patient, and when you show them you can do that, it'll pay dividends in the long run.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Vasco. He caught it! Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, and the defense tackles him at the 3. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. Not a chance. Missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And that hurts, missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
So here comes the Bear offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll try the run. Creates a little room. There he goes. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's first and 10. Grab behind the line. It's Johnson.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Second down coming up. Gives it on the option. Finding an escape route. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different and give this offense something to think about.
And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Trying play action. Fires on the move. He's got an open man. Inside the 20, stopped at the 19 as they try to get a score on the board before the half. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker. It's Davis. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
And now a chance to pull even. 1st and goal as we get late in the first half. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Got the quick pass. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Missouri State.
Great job of execution in the passing game. QB and his target on the exact same page. The extra point now is going to tie this thing up. They've got some real momentum here heading in at halftime.
Coming out with it, it's Smith. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. To the air, it's Vasco. Snagged in the middle, it's Copeland. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Has to uncork this one off his back foot. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Flames will kick it off to start the second half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So here comes the Missouri State offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. but then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Oh, better look out. Past the first down marker and still running. Turns it on down the left side. Touchdown, Missouri State. And that one will put them up here in the second half.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu. They're trailing by 10 to Ole Miss. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking for space, it's Dickens. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Fires to the tight end, and they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the back. Looking downfield, it's Basco. Catch in the middle, it's Lee. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
Offense facing 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. They'll move the wide receiver. On 4th down, going to the air. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
The Flames come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Just keep slinging it. Showing the arm straight down the left side. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I think it's really hard as a quarterback to know when to put touch on the ball and when to throw that thing as hard as you possibly can. And right there, I don't think you need to throw it that hard. I think he could have softened that up a little bit because he had a chance to hit the guy deep for a big play.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The line to gain here is the 43-yard line, and it's 3rd down. To the air, it's Basco. Grabbed over the middle, it's Randolph. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on first down. Looking left. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. At the 30. Inside the touchdown Bears. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Liberty takes over and the Flames offense ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Finds his man. It's Lee. Good pick up a little bit short of the sticks. And the Flames want to move quickly. Looking downfield, it's Basco. Caught close to the marker, it's Dickens. Breaks into the open. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Burson. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Liberty.
The Flames with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. And the Flames come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air on second down. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
Now facing a third and long. Under fire. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, the offense has made it known on this drive. They're trying to throw the football, and they're going to let this quarterback go to work. The defense does a great job winning up front. They get the sack to try to slow this momentum down.
On fourth down, looking to pass. Pocket breaking down. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Here's the handoff. They get in the backfield and make the play, and that's how they'll finish off this third period. We've come to the end of the period. It's Missouri State holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Got a man, it's Johnson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Going deep. He's got it on the left. Open spaces. The 20. Inside. Touchdown, Bears. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. South Alabama is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up by 21 over Texas State. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Liberty takes over the Flames, sending the offense back onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David. Turning it on! They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
From the gun, the ground game. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. To throw, it's Basco. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Unloads it downfield. Got it in stride at the 15. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Flames.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he's not going to take the touchback. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Okay, guys, the Bears offense comes onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And the Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll leave it with the lone back. On the move at the 30. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
at the 41.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Great job on first down. Great job on second down. This defense needs to come up big one more time. They got to get the stop. Big time moment. I got to get my offense the football back.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
In the last couple weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Returner runs out of bounds.
Liberty takes over, and the Flames offense ready to go to work. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. He uncorks one deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest the deepest, widest the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to...
Looking deep down the right side. Pulls it in down the sideline. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And this offense is going to have to do more of this, right? They're going to have to be aggressive, attack the sidelines. They're going to need some big plays, trailing late in this football game, but they've also got to be smart and be mindful of the clock.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
Man, you practice this all week for a reason. The 2-minute situation is so important. I like the completion. I like the first down. Let's see if we can get one more play in real quick before the 2-minute timeout.
Back to pass, it's Vasco. Unloads to the wideout. Snags it. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. This is a designed run. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Liberty!
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he's going to bring this one out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. To give as they work on that clock.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. play fake. Here's the pressure. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
That defender was not fooled at all by the play action. He never thought the offense was running the football. He had his ears pinned back, used his speed to get to the QB.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Looking for a man. It's Basco. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Dickens. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the 1st down. Stops the clock and has them on the move trying to get the late score. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Lee. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. He wants to change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. That's reeled in. It's Person. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those 1st downs and just make that clock run.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Copeland. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. They're moving quickly after that big 4th down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. Working that left side now.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Braves. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, this place is going nuts. Your offense comes through in the clutch when you need it. Great job. Now, baby, free football. Let's kick the extra point and go to overtime.
And they're going to go for 2 and try to decide it right now. Quarterback keeper. He is in! And they roll the dice. Won't settle for the tie. And they take the lead with a 2-point conversion. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. These corners going to give them some space. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Got him downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking to throw on first down. Wide open downfield. And they fight him to the bitter end, all the way down to putting some more numbers in the stat column, but they'll come up a little short as time expires. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this. The AD.
has changed in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Hello and welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons here in Atlanta, Georgia. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. No chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the snap, it's Sanchez.
As a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Sweep right. Got a little space. There he goes. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
This doesn't happen with just anybody at tailback. You got to do this with a dude, a guy you know can roll. Just toss it to him, let him get out in the open field. They'll do the rest and make big gains.
The RPO, it's complete. At the 35, he's got room. Flying down the right side. Touchdown, Badger. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. You might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, tune up that much yardage. Defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And this is blown up, going nowhere as the defense was ready for the Wildcat. The Red Raiders have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Might be changing the route. Back to throw, it's Reeves. He'll pull it down. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man.
Sends it downfield. Wide open. He makes the catch. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. Wants to go up top. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
It's tough to throw the ball down here in the red zone, man. These windows, they open and they close so quickly. You've got to have great timing, and right now this offense doesn't have it. They've thrown 2 straight incompletions setting up third down.
Steps away. Fires into the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down.
Offense just not able to get it clicking down here in the red zone. That's 3 straight incompletions, trying to fit the football into tight windows, but the timing not there, and now it sets up 4th down.
It's a bit of an interesting choice. You could break the tie with the field goal, but worst case scenario, you don't convert on 4th down, they're backed up in their own end. He wants it all. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
You know, this defense loves to play a lot of zone coverage, so you're seeing this offense now attacking that. They're letting the receivers find the soft spots in the zones so they can advance the football.
Backed up at the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. The give from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's step back here and think big picture Wisconsin. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. But talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they played it.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree. Jesse agrees. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Good timing on the quick out. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wisconsin! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Back to throw, it's Reeves. Going for it all. Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
And I like this offense not panicking, executing on this drive, and driving down the field and tying this football game up. I love the no panic, just stay chill, and now we got ourselves a football game.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. And that one's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback is to use his speed and try to attack the perimeter of the field. The defense, though, not having any of it. You saw the contain on the play, forcing him back in the middle of the field, and they're able to corral him for a huge loss.
Got it in the middle. It's Hall. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They'll try to get outside. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Brown will throw it. Under fire. He'll take the deep shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
From the gun, the running back has it. Finds a little space. My, oh my, 41 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the first game of the season. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So 1st down here as they go back to work. sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Gets it past the marker. Touchdown, Badger! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that one.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Oklahoma is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up 14 over Illinois. That's where things stand right now. And, of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Power football with the run. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Let's talk for just a second about Texas Tech. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus, the number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a...
He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. He'll try to take it back. Oh, he got loose. Finally brought down, but what a play. Not only to get the football, but to spread the field position with the return.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, put it right.
Turning it on. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
And the Badgers trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they can become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. ready to send the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to...
He's got it down the left. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line. Last completion moved the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. To the ground with the back. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Rushes on him. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
Blasted as he lets it go.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the grab, past the marker. He smashes his way through again. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And the Red Raiders are rolling down the field. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, just nowhere to go there. And it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Dropping back, it's Ramirez. Oh, they're after him. They get him up rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. If you had a DB on the bingo card for the first sack of the game, you win.
Man, and I've been here before, Reese. Like, I can hear the trash talk right now. Like, wait a minute. I got to cover everybody in the back end, and I'm going to get sacks.
A shot toward the end zone. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. All down inside the 5, at the 4 after the pick.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The inside handoff. Hard running there. Gets him away from trouble. That's a pickup of 6. Mark it at the 10. He now has 108 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. A little screen to the running back. Finds a crease at the 20. There he goes. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
And wings it incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
It's complete to the left. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense. A big key coming into this one was 3rd down defense. They're going up against one of the 25 best in the country in that time, making a nice tackle before the 6 to set up 4.
Trying to do it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, if you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The run from the shotgun. Oh, he's got some space. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. Dropping back, it's Reeves. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Got his man on the outside. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Here's a heat. Powers through the defender. They'll immediately call timeout.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback in a 3rd down situation, knowing exactly where the 1st down marker was. It wasn't there open to throw the football. He was very smart. He got out, he took off running, knew exactly where he had to.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Red Raider.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Seconds of the 1st half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Brown wants to pass. He unleashes a long one. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room. He's inside the 40. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Red Raiders will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the 1st half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the 3rd quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling the coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. Look out, he's got room. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Badgers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. And the Badgers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position. Trying to get it in. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. Hand off from the shotgun. Fighting off the defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to pass. It's Reeves. Right on the money. Running through contact. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
This is a good example of spacing in the passing game. Get the ball to your receiver quickly. Just give him a little bit of space so that he has the ability to turn around and make a guy miss, then go get extra yards.
Turning it on. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll take it himself. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Red Raider.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Caught over the middle. It's Hall. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Brown will throw it. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That's a bad decision by the quarterback. In that area of the field, you have got to be careful. If the guy's not wide open, you've got to throw that football away, because not only are you getting it picked off, but he's
Trying to rumble in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Red Raider.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. Here he comes with the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Running back searching for a hole. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
Brown wants to pass. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll open this drive and snap it from the 44. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Might as well give it to him again. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff from the gun. Shoots his way for more. They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a 1st down. And the Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Caught behind the line. It's Sanchez. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Shoots it to the left. It's complete. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. Trying to run the screen, and it was almost picked off. It'll be 2nd down.
And a golden opportunity slips away from the defense there. That's one he'd love to have back. He knows he should have come away with the interception there in the red zone.
They'll leave it with him. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line. Goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it right, but if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. No field goal attempt here. They'll try to break the tie here in the 4th with a touchdown. Looking to pass. It's Reeves. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raider. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And that is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical 4th down. Down near the goal line, everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. Two dudes on the exact same page coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on 4th down.
On the move from inside his 5. He's out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Excellent job by the kick coverage unit to keep him from getting the sideline. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging it. He's going to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the 4th quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He'll take another shot here. Pulls it in on the right. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Brown will throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got it in the middle. It's Hall. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
To the air on 1st down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the 4th quarter, they're going to need it.
On third and short. They'll try to throw for it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
Brown wants to pass. Gets it out fast. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Badger. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
What a day. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Zings it complete to the right. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him, and they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
Dropping back, it's Reeves. The quick out. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The Red Raiders have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. The offense changing the play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down and run. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the 4th quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra 1st downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the 1st down.
He now has 106 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. And the Red Raiders back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. How many guys are left grabbing for air as he gets it to the 26-yard line?
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Motion from the wideout. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So now it's 2nd and long. To the air. It's Reeves. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
This really has been a master class by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
They've methodically worked it down the field. This is the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. Fires to the right. Got his man. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Red Raiders have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. Defense didn't have the personnel it needed. They call a timeout. Got it back on 2nd and goal. And he got nothing. And the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Home crowd not going to love it. You got to throw the ball to win this game. They do not like the play call with not a lot of time left in the game.
They'll use a timeout with 26 seconds left on the clock. Now it's 3rd and goal. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
I think the run defense a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Nerves of steel right down the boulevard on the game-winning chip shot. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. Imagine